There's a war for talent out there. In the 2012 PricewaterhouseCoopers CEO survey, the consulting firm found that having or not having the right talent in place can impact innovation, market opportunities, the ability to deliver on strategic initiatives, growth, and quality of output. Talent was the number one concern for CEOs, period. Let's look at how CEOs responded when asked, how have talent constraints impacted your company's growth and profitability over the past 12 months? The results were telling. Talent had a huge impact on performance. So let's look at the key issues. What percentage of CEOs canceled or delayed a key strategic initiative? For USA, 22%. Globally, 24%. How many were unable to pursue a market opportunity? 24% USA, 29% global. Weren't able to innovate effectively? 20% USA, 31% global. Couldn't achieve growth forecasts where they were based? 16% USA, 24% global. Quality standards fell? 16% USA, 21% global. And talent-related expenses rose more than expected, 43%, both USA and global. But there's only so much top talent out there, and your energy should not be, and cannot be, spent solely on replacing or recruiting talent. At the end of the day, you've got to maximize the talent that you have. Now, leaders often assume their company's growth depends on finding and fixing problems. They want their salespeople to sell more, their engineers to innovate faster and with greater ingenuity, their client care people to better service accounts, and on and on. And in the rare cases where increasing revenue isn't the priority, increasing profit is. Hey, who wouldn't want to solve all these problems? Yet these are not the real problems. They are merely symptoms of underlying structural problems, indications of people getting stuck in their critter state, in fight, flight, or freeze. Leaders often put their teams exactly there, albeit unintentionally. When companies grow, they come to certain places where the things that used to work, the things that created a level of success, don't work anymore. We call these inflection points. And these crucial points are tied to revenue and company growth. Are you approaching an inflection point? Here's the trouble with inflection points. At each one, you have a whole new company. At each inflection point, a company must reinvent itself in order to reach it and move through it. If a company doesn't adapt, it will become stuck and ultimately decline into a parabolic, upside-down curve rather than an undulation back up into growth mode. How do you navigate between inflection points? How do you maintain and increase your momentum to avoid organizational stuck spots? The spots of stasis usually found between inflection points, where the company stops growing and swirls around at approximately the same level of annual revenue before sliding precipitously backward. How do you get into the smart state? The safe, secure, intelligent state of teamwork that will get you to the next inflection point when the game reaches the next level. To reach that next inflection point, you will need to intentionally map out a plan to get there and then execute that plan with determination. Either you keep doing what you're doing, barely maintaining the same revenue year after year, or you slide back down to the previous inflection point, or you move forward with tremendous intentionality. The world is full of living dead companies that reached an inflection point and couldn't grow to the next one. You're either moving forward or moving back. Stasis is not sustainable. In case you're about to dive into your critter state, let me throw you a line. One thing that's reassuring about inflection points is that they're relatively predictable. We consistently see companies getting stuck at specific revenue levels. That's the good news. You'll be able to see that next inflection point in your future and know what you need to focus on. Shifts in people and culture, money, sales and financing, and business model, which includes marketing. On smarttribesbook.com/audio, you'll find all of the graphics in this audio program. I encourage you to look at Figure 1.3a and 1.3b shortly because those show you how to navigate to and through the 6 most essential revenue inflection points a company or division experiences as it grows. So what has to change?